Good morning. It is now 11 a.m., the deadline for bid submittal. Bid announcements are not final and binding upon the city. They're all subject to review for completeness, accuracy, and compliance with all the terms and conditions provided in the bid specifications. The bidder must bid all line items set forth on the proposal pages, except to the extent that the specification allows otherwise. Any event that the comparison of the bidder's unit price and total price submitted for any line item reveals a calculation error or other discrepancy, the unit price will prevail. The Chief Procurement Officer reserves the right to correct minor math errors and accept minor variances in the bid. This is an e-procurement bid opening. Only electronic bids are being read. Paper bids are not allowed. We have three SPEC numbers for today. Our first SPEC number is 1268256, RFQ number 10287. This is for Sewer Structure Rehabilitation Program, PN 604A. This is for the North area, and it's an MBI. Our next spec number is 1268257, RFQ number 10288. This is for Sewer Structure Rehabilitation Program, PN 604B, for the Central area, also a MBI. And lastly, we have spec number 1268259, RFQ number 10289, for Sewer Structure Rehabilitation Program, PN 604C, for the South area, MBI as well too. And your senior procurement specialist is Rael Abram. I will now be reading the bidders, the total base bids, and the award criteria. Our first spec up for bid is 1268256. We have two bidders for today. Our first bidder is Benchmark Construction Company, Inc., with a bid of $17,848,030.00. Repeating, $17,848,030.00. They have an award criteria of $16,634,363.96. Repeating, $16,634,363.96. And last but not least, for this spec number, we have Pan Oceanic Engineering Company, Inc., with a bid of $30,004,070.00. Repeating, $30,004,070.00. With an award criteria of $28,188,823.77. Repeating, $28,188,823.77. And Pan Oceanic Engineering Company, Inc. was our last bidder for spec number 1268256. We'll be moving on to the next spec. Our next spec up for bid is 1268257. For that spec, we have two bidders for today. Our first bidder is Benchmark Construction Company, Inc., with a bid of $19,198,880.00. Repeating, that's $19,198,880.00. They have an award criteria of $17,893,356.16. Repeating, that's $17,893,356.16. And last but not least, we have Pan Oceanic Engineering Company, Inc., with a bid of $29,986,800.00. Repeating, that's $29,986,800.00. And they have an award criteria of $28,172,598.60. Repeating, $28,172,598.60. Again, Pan Oceanic Engineering Company, Inc. was our last bidder for spec number 1268257. We'll be moving on to the next spec. Our next spec up for bid is 1268259. We have two bidders for that spec. Our first bidder is Benchmark Construction Company, Inc. They have a bid of $18,858,030.00. Repeating, that's $18,858,030.00. They have an award criteria of $17,575,683.96. Repeating, $17,575,683.96. And last but not least, we have Pan Oceanic Engineering Company, Inc., with a bid of $30,069,855.00. Repeating, that's $30,069,855.00, with an award criteria of $28,250,000 $628.77. Repeating, that's 28,250,628.77. And because Pan Oceanic Engineering Company Inc. was our last bidder for today, this will complete our bidding process. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.